Hello gorgeous, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are testing out the super hyped L'Oreal Infallible Powder Foundation. We're going to do a test, see how it applies, have some fun with it, and also step out of my comfort zone. I'm going to be talking about a couple palettes that I enjoy, that I'm going to use shades today that are not my comfort zone. So showing love to your favorite palettes, but maybe not necessarily your favorite shades. I've got a new gloss from e.l.f., some products that I'm still testing out from Physcians Formula and from Milani. So if that sounds interesting, if you'd like to see a full face, then keep on watching. So we are going to start with the eyes, and we are talking about challenging ourselves. If you have a lot of eyeshadow palettes and you find yourself reaching for certain shades over the others, for example, I love this, I love all my Juvias Place shadows, but the Magic Mini from Juvias Place, when I go into this palette, what are the shades I am not reaching for? I am not reaching for this hot pink, this red, this light pink, some of the blues. I mean, I got this palette for like the green, for some of the purples. So we are going to play with some shades that I would not normally jump into. Another example, you reach over here, is my Tati palette. I love this palette. I have played with this palette, but I don't go into the pinks. I do not go into the pinks. So, you know, easy for me are the browns, the golds. I mean, I love this whole part of the palette. This is a stretch for me. So we are going to create a look with one, maybe two of these palettes today, and we're just gonna step outside our comfort zone. Also on the menu for today, we are trying out a new viral foundation, the Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Powder Foundation from L'Oreal. We are going to test this out. I did a video before on powder foundations. My favorite powder foundation, I would say, is the J-Cat Aquassurance. So we're gonna see how this compares to that one. I will give you my thoughts. So let's go ahead and jump in with an eye primer. We're gonna stick to our Wet n Wild. We're gonna throw some of this on the eyes. And I will zoom you in for a closer look. My brows are already done. I used the Nyx Brow Gel. What is it called? The eyebrow gel from Nyx. I'm loving it. And let's go ahead and zoom in. I'm back, and let's do, I wore a neutral top today so that I would match. And let's see, what color makes me most uncomfortable? Okay, let's go. I've done some blue looks lately. I'm gonna go in with Kogi shade for our transition. And we're just gonna, this is in the interest of playing and having fun. I did not set this eye primer. Let's see if it actually doesn't feel tacky. So if you give it enough time, it sets. I usually set it with powder, probably because I'm in a hurry. So we're gonna go in with that shade. I'm gonna use my Profusion brush here, and I tapped off the excess because Juvia's Place is very pigmented, and I am going to slowly work this into the crease, and if I have fallout, we will clean up the under eyes before we get into our foundation. But I have found the Juvia's Place, that's one of the reasons I enjoy them, is because they do not have a lot of fallout. I usually do not have stuff all over my face when I'm done. Trying to get used to that is nice. Okay. And if the colors that I don't gravitate towards are your favorite colors, Don't take it personal. Everybody has a different taste. But I believe in showing all the makeup love. If you love a formula, step outside of your comfort zone. Because you never know. You may find a new look. You may fall in love. You may be brave enough to wear it out and then get a bunch of compliments. I was shocked. I was not feeling super confident standing in line at the drugstore the other night, and I had my new Natasha Denona palette on, the mini palette that I got from Boxycharm this month. I'll post that video underneath. And I like the palette. I just don't think it's a showstopper. It's just a nice neutral palette, and I was shocked. I walked up to the checkout, and the first thing the lady said to me was, "Oh, I love your eyeshadow." I was like, "Really? Thank you." You know? And then other times you feel like your eyes are everything and nobody says a word, so who knows. Okay, so that is on the transition. That is the Kogi color, which, by the way, check out the Juvias Place website. They have fantastic sales on their palettes all the time. They are the most wonderful quality. Okay, so the next color we're going to go into, I think that we should go into this pink right here. Let's go into this pink. It's called Zuba. On the center, into the edge. We may end up deepening that outer corner, because you know me, I like to smoke out my outer corner, but I'll show it to you before I do that, in case this is all that you would want to do if you wanted to keep it simple. Or look at a day to night sort of thing. I would call this more of a day look. Okay, that is the Zuba, and then we could go in with this brighter pink right here for the inner third, and that is called Osun. Oh, the pinks, the pinks, the pinks. Look at Jenny wearing pink. Shocking. I'm going to stick with this shade on the bottom. Go in with a smaller brush. Make sure that pulling out my brush cleaner. Make sure my little pointed brush is clean, because I often have black on there. And we're going to go back in with that Kogi, which is what we have in the transition. We're going to buff that into the bottom. Now we could stop there, throw a little liner and mascara on, and this would be a nice monochromatic look, but I'm going to deepen the crease. I think I'm going to go in with this, I think it's pronounced Ife. I know it looks black, but it's actually a very deep purple. Let's see if this will focus. There we go. It's a very deep purple. And I'm going to very carefully put this on my outer corners. Almost use it like a liner. So we're patting, and here's where the fallout's going to come in. It's those darker colors. Some of my favorite brushes are from Profusion. I need to order, this is an old Morphe one, but I have brushes in my bedroom and my vanity there as well, and I need to have an equal set of brushes in this room and in that room, because I am finding myself missing those brushes. This is my one from Luxie, not smaller than that one, but smaller than a blending, and I'm going to go into this color and see if I can smoke it out a little bit, because that one was a little too precise. I wasn't feeling that one. And don't worry about that fallout, we will take care of it. So just circular motions and blend, blend, blend. Okay, I am back. I cleaned up the fallout. I threw a little bit of my e.l.f. and Jen Atkin black liner on the outer and inner edge there. I also threw on a little bit of Wet n Wild Big Poppa mascara, current fave. Next, we are going to conceal the eyes, and this is the Infallible Full Wear Concealer, and this is in the shade 355 Vanilla. When you do a powder foundation, you always want to do your liquids first, so I'm going to use my liquid concealer, set that, and then we're going to go in with the foundation. Now this concealer, I'm going to use my new technique by putting a little bit on my hand before I go in with the concealer brush, just to make sure that I don't go too heavy. And we are going to lightly brush that on. You see, I still have plenty on my hand. This is a very full coverage concealer. Next, we will set it with a little bit of the Wet n Wild Loose Translucent Setting Powder, and I'm talking an extremely light hand, just the lightest dusting. We are ready for the foundation. It is full matte coverage, waterproof. So comes with a little sponge. I do like using the sponge. It does also have a little mirror if you need to take this on the go. And let's go ahead, put some on the sponge and just start applying it. Feels very smooth. Now this to me, powder foundation is fantastic for the summertime, for quick and easy makeup looks, because it helps you skip a step. You don't have to put a liquid on and then set it. This is just a apply and go kind of situation. Not forget the nose, that problem area. I would say the coverage is pretty darn good. Feels silky smooth to the touch. Oh my goodness, so soft. I am enjoying it. So the true test, we'll see how it wears. So we'll see if my oils break through, how that works. But let's go ahead and throw on the rest of the face real quick. I'm gonna jump into my Physcians Formula bronzer and contour set. I'm gonna throw a little bit of this contour shade in the middle right here. We're just doing that quick. Then we'll go in with the larger side of the brush for the bronzer. Let's go in with a little highlight. I'm going to jump in with my Wet n Wild highlighter. I will have all the products listed below for you. And this is like a gold. I should be using a pink, but I didn't bring one in with me. Go ahead and throw, this is just going to go along with the skin tone. Very light-handed. Maybe a little bit of this in the inner corner there. Next, my new Milani cream blush in Nude Kiss. Been enjoying this one. color back into the face there. We go across the front. Looks like I've been touched by the sun. Jump in with a lip liner from Milani, a nice nude. Goodness, I love this one. Milani has really nice drugstore lip liners that stay on, but it is a twist up. I have a new gloss from e.l.f. to play with, so I'm going to go ahead and fill these in. And this is the e.l.f. Mint Melt Gloss. Smells like chocolate, feels like mint. So here's where my comfort zone jumps back in. I did the pinks and purples on the eyes and then went back with the nude for the lips. Of course you can go with a lighter shade, but I think this is nice. The formula feels nice, doesn't feel really sticky, feels very comfortable, but you could always go in with a matte color as well. Tell me what else you think that might be fun to do for stepping out of your comfort zone. It sounds like fun to me, and we're just here to play, right? So for anybody that's new to my channel, please consider subscribing before you leave. Leave me a comment so I know you were here, and have a fabulous day. See you soon.